Complex 4, Palm Springs taking on Ghana Army. Here we go, round 1. Both boxers did a lot of the bragging, a rich backing of colleagues from the Ghana Army supporting Bismarck Sarr. He's also being supported heavily by the gentleman who has the biggest support for the security services, particularly the Ghana Armed Forces, as both boxers have a go at each other. And he's definitely rooting for Bismarck Sarr. Dramina Kese keeping close eyes and close tabs on the movement of Bismarck Sarr. Bismarck Sarr works the quick 1-2. The uppercut fails from Dramina. Good exchange there, and Bismarck trying to punish.
The fight night 10, and there goes Bismarck Sarr. What's back coming from Dramina Kese? They're reading each other very well. Let's see, they want to let their hands go. Let's see who is going to have the power to do that. Dramina Kese turning on to rely on his long reach with a jab. Bismarck Sarr also trying to get his angle well to use his jab to probe. It's all about who is going to stamp his authority on the other, but they let their hands go right there, and same as Dramina Kese, who is getting some success over that give and take nature, but Bismarck also get a left hand getting through.
Opponent does that, you wonder, what do I need to do to bring him down? But this has been a very interesting fight, and it's difficult to call at this stage. I think both fighters have gone good. A good punch from either could send the other down, and it looks like Dramina Kese is struggling here. He seems to be in trouble, and he has to defend. Dramina Kese is in trouble. He might be running out of gas, and that is an upset in the making.
Dramina Kese is down there, and let's see if he can make the count, but no, his spit is mouthpiece, and that shows that he cannot make it. And Bismarck Sarr leave to his words, saying that he is going to teach him a lesson, and that's what he did. The man on your screen there, Bismarck Sarr. Wow.
Dramina Kese ran out of gas when it matters most. He could not defend. He definitely underestimated his opponent, and there Bismarck Sarr has stunned him. He has stunned him. It's a shocker. An absolutely perfect fight from this young man here, and he says, I'm the king. It's a huge upset, and of course Dramina Kese's one boxer who's been touted for Commonwealth success. His trainer was saying before this fight.
So that is how we start out the show for you. This is Bismarck Sarr winning over Dramina Kese. This was one of the most anticipated bout in the professional boxing league. That was Bismarck Sarr, hailing from the Ghana Armed Forces, taking on Complex 4, Dramina Kese. One fascinating boxing from those two pugilists. My name is Yaw Takyi Anderson. This is Boxing Arena Show on Max Television, and this is going to be the Friday edition. You know, we are getting into the weekend, and we have a lot of stories, updates concerning the world of boxing. Now let's start off from the foreign front, where we are going to look at what will be happening in the international world of boxing. Starting off, we're going to see Josh Taylor taking on Eko Esuman, and that is going to be a 12-rounder welterweight division. There is going to happen in the United Kingdom, and that is where we have the tail of the tape there. Josh Taylor taking on Eko Esuman. You look at their record, 19-2 losses for Josh Taylor. Esuman have 21 wins and 1 loss there. Their height 5'10" for each boxer. And you look at their age, 36 years for Eko Esuman and 34 for Josh Taylor, both hailing from the United Kingdom. I'm joining here by Bernardo and Bernard Tete and Nate also join me here in the studios of Max Television so we can talk about boxing. Bernardo, welcome to the show.
NY, thank you for having me, NY.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great, and you?
I'm also doing well. Now let's start off with what we have on our hands here. That is Josh Taylor taking on Eko Esuman. That is going to be a welterweight division, and it is 12-rounder. Bernardo.
Well, NY, good morning once again, and good morning to our cherished viewers who always stay glued to their seats to help us contribute to the development of boxing. There is going to be a great fight, what we have anticipated to be a very crucial one. I don't know whether Eko Esuman is coming from Ghana. But when I check his biography, I realized that he was born in Botswana.
Yeah, Botswana.
Yes, so I didn't see anything linked to Ghana, but I believe the name. The name is a fancy name, Esuman. So we all want to support him for what he's doing. But this is going to be a very brutal fight because Josh Taylor was in the light welterweight division, and he met great warriors in that particular division.
Yeah.
He was a former undisputed lightweight champion, and now moving up to the 147. He thought that he would be very comfortable in the 147, and that is what people were agitating, and people are saying that for the 147, for the 143, he's not feeling comfortable, and they believe that he will do well in the 147. That is going to be his debut in the 147.
Okay.
In the likes of Teofimo Lopez and Jack Catara made him a better person, although he lost against them. But I believe that once he has gone through the mill with these great boxers, he has the capacity of standing and be able to do the great thing.
Okay.
But then you see Eko Esuman, one of the greatest coming up. And we believe that he will come with some aggression. For that one, you can't take it away from him. He will come with some aggression and making sure that he wins that particular fight. But with the experience of Taylor, Taylor is going to use his ring generalship because he has been in the ring. He has fought with the good guys, the big fish there. So we believe that it's going to be a tough one. And we only, or those in boxing, believe that Taylor needs to win this particular fight.
Okay.
But for us, some of us also want Esuman to make a step and to sign to himself a great signal that he can make it. It's going to be a brutal fight.
It's going to be a brutal fight between Josh Taylor and Eko Esuman in the welterweight division, which is scheduled for 12 round. Now let's move on to the other one, which is going to see Angelo Leo taking on Tomoki Kameda, and that is going to be a title fight in the featherweight division where Angelo Leo is going to defend his IBF featherweight title against a Japanese international in the name of Tomoki Kameda. And you look at the tail of the tape there, 25 wins, 1 loss for Angelo, and 42 wins and 4 losses for the Japanese international Tomoki. You look at their age there, 31 years for Angelo Leo and 33 for Tomoki from Japan, Angelo Leo from the United States of America. Quick one, Bernardo, who is going to take this one?
Well, Leo is going to win this.
Leo is going to win
yes,
that, right?
because that is going to be his first defense in the title fight, because his first fight, he took it from a very great, experienced, durable boxer in the name of Luis. Was it Luis? Yes, Luis. Yeah. And so the fight was so crucial, but he managed to win that particular. But he has one signal, and that is his left hook. That makes it the
another twist to this fight is going to happen in Japan. And do you think maybe the fans of Japan is going to get into the head of Angelo Leo?
Oh yes, when you are fighting in where you feel comfortable, the fans will even urge you to do more. They will keep pushing you. And when you take a title, when you win a title, you becomes like, someone with a lot of experience, because you feel great. So you will not even leave guard or leave any stone unturned.
Okay.
You make sure that you win that particular fight. And once it's going to be his first defense, I know very well that he's going to do well.
Okay.
And there's a time for him to retire the old man.
The old man.
Yeah, because he was the former WBO bantamweight champion.
All right.
And for now, I think that if he has that strength or he has that capacity to move on with his experience,
okay,
and then it is going to be a very brutal one. But we believe that Leo is going to make headway.
well, that is going to be a fascinating one, but still Bernardo is taken with Angelo Leo to retain his IBF featherweight title as he clashes with Tomiki Kameda in Japan this weekend. Now let's look at what is happening in the United States of America, where University of Nebraska Omaha, who has honored Terence Crawford there for the work he's been doing, and that is beautiful. Terence Bad Crawford in September, he's gonna face off with Saul Canelo Alvarez, and University of Nebraska Omaha has honored him, saying that they are honoring him for the work he has done, keeping kids out of trouble through his Omaha-based non-profit community-based athletic center. And this is the spirit of the Maverick Award, where the University of Nebraska Omaha giving it to Terence Crawford. Now let's move away from Terence Crawford and let's do something where we see Black Rockets. I'm talking about Ghana amateur boxing youth team are in Guinea, and it is for the Africa Youth Boxing Championship, and you can see there that is Matthias Ashite, Desmond Papo, and George Duwerna. And interestingly, they've all been able to move to the next round. We are looking forward to see that this evening they will be taking on their respective opponents. Matthias Ashite will be taking on Mubelelo Kota from South Africa in the 51 kg, and Desmond Papo will be taking on Kazri Hamza from Tunisia in the 75 kg, and George Duwerna will also be taking on his opponents there in the final stage. So these are the three Black Rockets guys who are lifting the flag of Ghana high in the Africa Youth Boxing Championship, which is happening in Guinea. So now that is it for the first stage of our Boxing Arena show on Max Television. We go for a quick commercial break. When we are back, we have something interesting for you. quick commercial break. You're watching Boxing Arena Show on Max Television. My name is Yaw Takyi Anderson, and we are getting into the second phase of this show, where I have one big man who is joining me in the studios of Max Television. I don't want to waste time. Let me go straight to him. I'm talking about the boxing encyclopedia. When we talk about boxing, he can maneuver into all phases of boxing. When you get into the ring, he can be a ring announcer. When you get into the studio, he can give you the analysis when it comes to boxing. I'm talking about Mr. Mohammed Amin Lamte. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Enna, for having me. Sorry for coming late.
Oh, don't worry. You know how this works.
Very well. Thanks for having me.
All right. So now let's get into the second phase. You know that there has been things happening in Ghana boxing. You know, some past a month we had a Nigerian boxer coming here, and he met his untimely death here. And we also have a news around you know, the Ghana Boxing Authority. There is a Congress coming on, an election coming on, and I have my big brother here is going to go through it so that we can have that clarification we are all wanting to hear. Now let's start off with the 7-member committee, where they were given that task that they should go into the investigation and bring out a report. And now the report has been delivered to the ministry, and that is what we have on our screen there, that the 7-member committee submit report on the death of the Nigerian boxer Gabriel Oluwasegun. And that is what we see there, that the sport minister and the 7-member committee are there on the picture there. Let me come straight to Mr. Mohammed Amin Lamte. He happens to be the PRO for Ghana Boxing Authority, and I'm sure that what is happening, he can also give us the clarification of what so far is going on with this report, and even something around the death of the Nigerian boxer. Mohammed Amin Lamte, thank you very much once again.
Thank you for having me.
Now let's get straight away into business. What is the update so far?
The update, first of all, is that thank you so much for having me. Good morning to all our viewers, wherever you are, on social media, on our traditional media. Now, the point is that about Gabriel, who passed away on 29th of March.
Yeah.
We all are very much updated with what happened. You know, he had a problem in a fight, and he was transported to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital and died there. So the Ghana Boxing Authority, the promoter who brought him to Ghana, they've made everything humanly possible for him to be transferred to the mortuary. And after the mortuary, an autopsy was conducted. Before the autopsy, the GBA and the army halt on whatever that we're doing. So we halted until just about a couple of days ago, when the minister received the report from the committee, and they actually invited the GBA president and some board members, and they engaged them. Now he has given them the green light to get down to continue with the process of airlifting the boxer to his country, Nigeria. So far, so good. It was a turning point. It was a clarion call to many Ghanaians, especially we in the boxing fraternity. We've learned our lessons, and we hope these lessons that we've learned, we aren't going to sit on the fence. We will make sure that we activate the most important rules and regulations governing our sport. On that note, I just want to commiserate and express my condolences to all members of boxing fraternity in the world, those in Nigeria and those in Ghana. And we hope the GBA president, the indefatigable Ibrahim Kotenikwe, and the promoter Frimpong, they are working around the clock to make sure that they collaborate with the ministry and make sure that the right things are done at the right time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mohammed Amin Lamte, giving us the clarification that is around the death of the Nigerian boxer, and even the updates of the reports of the 7-member committee to the minister, and even giving the green light that the body of the deceased will be uplifted and sent to his home country, so that the necessary things will be done after. Now let's get into the other side, where I want to see the Ghana Boxing Authority. There is going to be an election and Congress that will be coming on, and we have been seeing that there is a communication that came out stating the dates and what you need to know about the Ghana Boxing Authority Congress and election. That is what we have on our screen there. Notice of Congress and election. And it's saying that we are hereby notifying all members of the Ghana Boxing Authority that our expected Congress and election will be held as follows. The date is going to be 12 July 2025. 8 a.m. Venue is Budo Conference Hall, Transport Emporium. And this is what we have here. The interested persons for the various positions can visit the Secretariat for the following. Forms will be available at the Secretariat at a fee of 200 Ghana cedis from 15th to the 22nd of May. So filing fee for the various positions is 10,000 Ghana cedis for president. First and second vice is going for 5,000. Treasurer is 3,000. Executive member is 3,000. Now I have Mr. Mohammed Amin Lamte here with me, and I'll go straight to him so that he just give us, we want to know some brief history about this Congress and election, and even delve deep into what we should expect for this Congress.
Okay, very well. Before that, I think that you've just captured a very important information because the nomination form actually closed yesterday. So the filing of nomination, 29th to 30th, and then after that, the vetting of those who have picked nomination form and submit. So these personalities will be vetted from on the 5th to 7th June. When that is done, on the 12th, we have the elections. Good. So that is the information.
Good.
Now, NY, when we look at the antecedent of the Ghana Boxing Authority, I quite remember Mr. Nikwe Mensah, one of the finest boxing administrator who brought to the scene, who brought to the fore issues regarding our constitutions and our rules.
Yeah.
He took his time, and it supported by some very important personalities like J. Anan Ataidi Papa and all those very important personalities put together the constitution and then our rules. And unfortunately, he passed away, as he was trying to lead a forward march. And then Moses Fuamoni took over. After Moses Fuamoni, we had Samuel Kaptan. After Samuel Kaptan, we have, lawyer Peter Zuanis, who came for 2 terms. After him, then came Ibrahim Kutenekwe. So what is going on today, it is more or less like, a template of what transpired a couple of years ago. So the current administration led by Ibrahim Kutenekwe, they are not doing something different. They're trying to follow the template that is there for us to be able to make sure the right things are done when it comes to professional boxing. A lot of issues have been raised that some are saying A, B, C, D. You see, when it comes to the Ghana Boxing Authority, NY, the most important thing is the Congress.
Yeah.
If you have any concern, regardless, if it is all about accountability, if it's about leadership, if it's about whatever that you think you have, you wait on the Congress day. Congress is more important for me than the elections, because the election is it's more or less like a subtitle of the Congress. Yeah. Because without the Congress, no elections. Okay, the elections are part and parcel of the Congress. So when you have any problem, even why is the president of Ghana Boxing Authority, you think that he has done something unto it, maybe in terms of accountability, in terms of whatever, you wait for the Congress on the Congress day. Yeah. Okay, the president will deliver his keynote address, he will bring out the accountability. If there are issues
where we have our attention has been drawn to the publication with regards to a purported boycott of the upcoming Congress and election. The information provided is based on a publication on the airways from the Committee for Professional Boxing Stakeholders, CPBS, and may not reflect the views of all stakeholders of the Ghana Boxing Authority. The Ghana Boxing Authority acknowledges the concern raised by the CPBS regarding the elective Congress date and demands for accountability. We appreciate the stakeholders' passions for the sports development. The GBA remains committed to its obligation and is open to discussions with stakeholders. However, the date for the Congress and election, July 12, 2025, stands unless otherwise decided through due process. So, Mr. Amin Lamte, this is to back what you were talking about.
Exactly. So, if you look at the narrative that I gave before you put out this information, the rejoinder that I put out, it's incredible.
Yeah.
That we all live in one domain, election. Everybody knew that our time is due for elections.
Yeah.
And then you have, a group calling itself, Professional, Boxers Association, which looks very strange to us. As GBA, we've never had any information that there is such an organization, okay, under the Ghana Boxing Authority, because you cannot just go and put up an association that is linked to the GBA without the knowledge of GBA. Now, the only two organizations that the GBA can recognize as we speak now is the Coaches Association, okay, and Professional Boxers Association. These are credible associations underpinned by the rules and regulations of Ghana Boxing Authority. But this very one, we have no idea about them. And if you look at some of the signatories who sign, and I can tell you to all intents and purposes that we have no any idea about any president of matchmakers, Association of Ghana. Now, if you look at the one who signed on behalf of the matchmakers, Coach Rashid Believer, for the past 4 years, if my memories will serve me right, when I even check, he has never, ever since this administration came into office, he has never came for his license. Wow. So he who signed on behalf of matchmakers, he has not even renewed or even have his license. That is number one. Okay, so when you talk about credibility, over the past 4 years, I have not seen him organizing any bout that is the matchmaker. So when it comes to good standing, because that is one of the rules of the GBA, before you become a delegate to even vote, to be part and parcel of the elections, you should be a member who is really in a very good shape, who is on a very good standing to be able to vote. Yeah. But you have him, he has no license. Number two, Alex Intama Boache, who is also claiming to be the president of Promoters Association. We don't know much about this promotion association. Now you have a lot of promoters in the system. They have no idea. When you call them and ask them, they have no idea about these promotions. So himself, Alex Intama Boache, his license has really expired. He has not renewed his license. Wow. So when it comes to a member being on a good standing, he's not really part of people that will be identified as such. So that is another question mark. Okay. There are so many things that we can talk about, those who even sign. But that, as you rightly said, we are very open. Yeah. It is a human institution. Exactly. We are in to make sure we Jojo. If we have any problems or we have any issues, we just need to sit at a table and be able to discuss them out. Yeah. It is not about coming out to wash our dirty linen in public. Okay. Because there are so many issues we can raise. That because we want to solidify the image and brand of Ghana Boxing Authority. Yeah. We want to attract sponsors. We want to attract partners like IMAX Boxing Promotions to come and support what we are doing. Not to come and be telling people what is not true. Because Alex Intama Boache, if really is a promoter who believes in the forward march of Ghana boxing or professional boxing, I don't think that he will stay there without his license, but still promoting fight, still working as a promoter and manager. So to all intents and purposes, yes, on Monday, we are meeting them. We've asked their representative, not all the members, representative of those who signed, and those who could not even sign. We invite them to come and let's sit down, let's jojo, let's try to identify the flaws. Maybe the GBA would take note of all their concerns and factor them into our statement on the Congress Day to deliver to our fraternity members for them to understand where we are. Because NY, we always want to make sure that we all belong to one family. And we must all try to be on the same page.
Exactly. Good one. And that is all about this human institution, and it's all about coming together to cooperate. That is what we need. Let
me also add this one is very important. The Referees Association. We've also saw the Referees Association. Is it not illogical? Is it not surprising that you have the second vice president of the current GBA, Roger Bano? Okay, he signed on behalf of the Referees Association. We don't know anything about Referees Association. He's not the president because himself, he has not renewed his license. You see the situation. He has not renewed his license. So how would you have the power to go and even sign on behalf of judges and referees who don't know you as their president? So he is a signatory of the boycott or the release that is submitted. And then you also have another board member, Kaloko, a trainer who belongs to the Coaches Association, also signing. I don't know. So you see, we just need to sensitize ourselves and educate ourselves. As we are talking now, GOC, after the elections, a couple of weeks ago. Today, they moved out of Accra to go and sit around tables with all stakeholders, with members of their fraternity, with key stakeholders, the ministry, National Sports Authority, GBA, every single individual they know that has an interest in what they do. They've gone out there to go and sit down, chit-chat, identify all the key elements that they need to work with, and the things that they need to avoid. They must do this and they get back home and start working. But you have a GBA, then internally, anytime you have your meetings, your minutes is out there to the public domain. When there is an issue between GBA and other fraternity members, you have GBA members supporting them, even ready to go to court to go and testify on issues that are not really justifiable. So I'm just trying to make the point that all those who even sign this thing that they put out to boycott the elections, they don't even have license. And I'm saying that you cannot really boycott the elections. Elections is just a microcosm of the Congress. We have a lot of things that will be done on that day, but the Congress is key. Election is the last thing that will be done, because the president and his team would have to come and deliver, their statement, come out with the accountability. If there are issues, we have to raise it. We're also looking forward to see to it that our constitution, we need to make sure we work on our constitution. On that day, we must authenticate our constitution, and then we go into the elections. So you cannot just come and say you boycotted the elections when the Congress is the key element of what we are doing on the 12th of June.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mohammed Amin Lamte, for that clarification. We are still on the GBA, Ghana Boxing Authority Congress and election, and even matters arising around it. Now, let's see. We have a GBA notice to all stakeholders, and this is what we have here. We are pleased to announce the 5-member election committee for the upcoming Ghana Boxing Authority elections. So this is what we have here. Election committee members, we have Ben Nunu Mensah, the chairman, Esquire Sam Lai, the secretary, Joshua Clotte, a former professional boxer, as a member, Alhaji Mushid Saeed, member, and Lord Akwe, also a member. Duties of this election committee is to oversee the electoral process, ensure compliance with Ghana Boxing Authority Constitution and electoral regulations, to manage the nomination and voting processes, declare the result of the elections. The election committee will ensure a free, fair, and transparent electoral process. Stakeholders are encouraged to cooperate with the committee and report any concerns or issues. Mr. Amin Lamte.
So you see, the election committee will ensure a free, fair, and transparent electoral process. So stakeholders are encouraged to cooperate with the committee and report any concerns or issues. So if you are a member of the fraternity, this information got out there over 2 weeks now. You've seen this. So if you have any concern, why don't you take your time? When the committee gets into office, you submit your complaints or report to them. But look at what we have done. So these are personalities who are tried and tested. You know, Mr. Benunu Mensah, a former GOC president, Joshua Clotte, a former world champ. He has a feel of how we administer boxing in this country and other countries. He has been in the UK for so many years. He has been in the United States for so many years. He has traveled across Africa. So he knows how to go about professional boxing. Then you talk about, Sam Lai. He is a legal brain. He is a boxing enthusiast. He is the one representing GBA when you talk about issues at court and all that. Then you talk about Zaid. You know, it's one of the finest boxing managers that we all know. And then you talk about Lord Akwe. Lord Akwe has been a board member for so many years, even since during the time of Moses Family to date. So these are qualified individuals that I hope that all of us will support them. All we are looking forward to see is free, fair election.
All we are looking forward to see is free, fair, and transparent election, and even Congress there. So that is the clarification coming from Mr. Mohammed Amin Lamte. Before I let him go, I just want to ask one question. Senior, the GBA president have met with the sports minister, and I want to know if there is any updates that we need to get exclusive so that we can know. Maybe a lot of people are itching to see the professional boxing league coming on. So
I'll give that conclusion, but let me just quickly reiterate that.
Okay.
Alex Intamo Boache is going around peddling falsehood. The first point is that IMAC Boxing Promotion is not a sponsor.
Okay.
It's a partner. When you look at the league that we are running, the GBA is the technical element of the league, and then IMAX Promotion is the promoter. So going out there to tell lies that every 2 weeks IMAX is giving GBA 75,000 Ghana cedis plus 10,000 Ghana cedis to Ibrahim Kotenikwe, it is not true. It is not true. And again, saying that there is monies that IMAX Promotion gives to GBA president that he transferred the money into his personal account, it is not true. What we will tell them is that IMAX is a partner, it is not a sponsor. Every 2 weeks from the beginning, it was 50,000 to the GBA to make sure that it goes to all the shareholders, boxes, gymnasium, okay, those who fix the ring, medical offices. You can talk about so many things that he needs to make sure it gets to them. PA system, lighting system, and what have you. So later on, it got to the point that it became very, very cagey. So that money was reduced to 40,000. And that was what IMAX was giving to the GBA. So there is no any amount of money that was given to the GBA over the 70 whatever that is said plus 10,000. It is not true. Unless in terms of Boachi is peddling this, and now as I speak now, we have a recorded voice note of him saying this. And I can assure you that the GBA or Ibrahim Kotenikwe is looking forward to make sure that this gentleman would have to go to the court to go and explain and provide evidence of what he just said in the public domain. Now, let me just make this quickly. Alex took the GBA to court, okay, about a year or two gone by. Why? Because he was suspended and banned for trying to actually go against the rules of GBA when there was ban on noise making, drumming and noise making by the gun chieftaincy. He went ahead and organized the fight. So when the GBA realized it, we have evidence. He was suspended. He took the GBA to court. So the court said that, look, let's come out of court to settle the issue. So we came. After the settlement, we then asked him to go scot-free. So we lifted the ban and the suspension on him.
Okay.
Unknowingly to us, Alex went back to court. He blindfolded everybody and went back to court. He was going to court without the knowledge of the GBA. So he was given, you know, a decision. The decision was taken, and the GBA was charged 50,000 Ghana cedis.
Wow.
As we speak now, the GBA paid almost about 20,000. Now, Alex Ntamabuachi, he owes the GBA 30,000 Ghana cedis. He has not paid the money through his promotions and what have you. So if you want to add the 13,000 and then the 20,000, Alex Ntamabuachi is able to extract almost about 33,000 Ghana cedis from the GBA. And this is the person going out there speculating that GBA has done this, he has done that, he has done this, he has done that. So we're going back to court in the next few weeks. The second one is the former General Secretary of the GBA, Patrick Johnson. He also took the GBA to court for defamation. That there was something that was said about him that was not true. When they went to court, our lawyer was able to manage the situation, and he, Patrick, was charged 4,000 Ghana cedis. Okay, and now just about on the 20th, they went back to court. The court again charged Patrick to pay 5,000 Ghana cedis to the GBA. Wow. So having done this, now Patrick would have to pay the GBA 9,000 Ghana cedis. He took the GBA to court, the former General Secretary who served GBA for 9 solid years. And if the current GBA is going to bring out a lot of things, we aren't going to end today. So I'm just calling your attention towards this.
Yes.
And let me also add this. NY is very important.
Yeah.
Alex Ntamabuachi, he took a boxer to Kazakhstan, Napari, an heavyweight boxer with the Ghana Army Boxing Gymnasium. He took him to Kazakhstan. As we speak now, he went and we were told that the contract is 4,000 Ghana cedis. Up till now, not a dime has been given to the boxer, let alone the GBA for the 5%. This is the same Alex Ntamabuachi. The last time that he organized the fight, Most of the boxers on the contract, you will see that is giving the boxer, let's say 3 cedis. That is what the GBA knows. So based on the percentage, this is the amount of money that the GBA will receive. But you'll be surprised that the money that you will give to the boxer physically is different from what he captured in the contract. Now, another person that I can talk about for us to understand where we are coming from, Coach Kaloko. He took a boxer, Dixon, to France. They went and fought in France. I wouldn't even want to quote the figure for personal reasons. Up till now, he has not come to pay the percentage to the GBA. We have countless of that. We have individuals who have also signed this boycott that they put out, who have collected money from the Ghana Boxing Authority, a huge amount of money, for them to provide some items. According to them, they ordered it outside Ghana. As we speak now, they've not paid the money, they've not brought those items. These are individuals, we know them. We don't want to get into some of this thing for people to say that maybe we are deliberately trying to wash our dirty linen in public. So, NY, these are the situations that we find ourselves in. But we know, with clean hearts, with commitment, resilience, and hard work, we'll get there.
Okay.
Now, the issue of the minister. Yes, he invited the GBA president and some board members. It was a very, very excellent meeting. I mean, according to them, the reception that he gave them was amazing. According to the GBA president, the minister was very shocked to the marrow. Some of the narratives that he provided him, especially issues about Alex Intama-Boakye, who's roaming around the ministry, roaming around National Sports Authority, saying so many things. The GBA president clarified. He did not really condemn anything that the guy said. He clarified issues to him. So the minister was super excited. But he raised a very, very important point. The issue about stage managed fight, or we call it fixed fight. In our local parliament, we call it what? Achiagbation. He really commented about it. And he cautioned the GBA president that this is the last thing, or the last time that he's going to talk about this. If we allowed in
Mohammed Amin Lamte for passing through and also giving us all the updates we need on what is arising on Ghana Boxing. Thank you very much.
I'm grateful.
So this is Max Television Boxing Arena Show, and this is the disclaimer that I want to put out there, that all the comments that the PRO of GBA gave here, if you have any issues, you know where to find the Ghana Boxing Authority office. Just go there, as he said. If you have any issue, go there. Any stakeholder, any party that have issue concerning what Mr. Mohammed Amin Lamte said, you have to go to the GBA office so that you can iron out whatever issue you have with them. We are a media organization giving the platform to what is happening there. For that is the disclaimer that I want to put out there. If you have any issue, you know where to find the GBA office. My name is Nane.